The White House says President Donald Trump's zero-tolerance approach to prosecuting illegal immigrants is still the administration's policy, even though U.S. Customs and Border Protection has stopped enforcing it. The head of the agency said Monday that he has temporarily stopped referring adults for criminal prosecution after they cross the border illegally with children. Commissioner Kevin McAleenan told reporters in Texas that he ordered prosecution referrals suspended within hours of President Trump's executive order last week that stopped the practice of separating families. Trump told reporters Monday afternoon that he had no regrets about signing it, but didn't explain how to reconcile his decision with other federal laws. McAleenan said the president's zero-tolerance policy technically remains in effect, but no one can be prosecuted because children can't legally be taken from their parents. They also can't legally be housed in adult detention jails. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders said Monday afternoon that this is a temporary solution. This isn't going to last. Sanders demanded action from Congress, where Republicans in the majority are consumed by intramural squabbles. This will only last a short amount of time because we're going to run out of space. We're going to run out of resources to keep people together, she said of the dwindling number of taxpayer-funded beds. We're not changing the policy. We're simply out of resources, Sanders declared. A few hours earlier in Reno, Nevada, Attorney General Jeff Sessions suggested that his agency hasn't backed off at all. The president has made clear, "We are going to continue to prosecute those adults who enter here illegally," Sessions told a convention of school resources officers, "but we are going to do everything in our power to avoid separating families." All federal agencies are working hard to accomplish that goal, especially to care for children, he said. Customs and Border Protection is a sub-agency of the Homeland Security Department and doesn't report to Sessions. But CBP agents must refer cases for prosecution before the Justice Department can take them up. McAleenan said he is working on a plan to resume prosecutions of illegal immigrant adults who arrive with children in tow. The White House insists that it must find a way to enforce existing laws while urging Congress to update them. Sanders said Monday that the White House can't ignore laws against border jumping because of court-enforced limits on how long children can be housed in federal government shelters. Are we walking around making up laws? No, because we're not the Obama administration, she snapped at one reporter. More than 2,300 children were separated from their families before the order last week that is causing chaos at the border as agents figure out how to implement it. Meanwhile, House Republicans are weighing legislation aimed at addressing the uproar. Congressional aides who spoke to the Associated Press say GOP lawmakers are eager to vote on a bill that would allow authorities to keep detained families together for longer than 20 days. That's a limit set by in 1997 by a judge whom Sessions' Justice Department has already petitioned to reverse herself. Share this article. Share 118 shares. Sessions said Monday that the vast majority of children who cross the U.S.-Mexico border illegally come without a grown-up, often as drug cartel couriers or cash cows for violent human smugglers. Children have indeed borne much of the burden of our broken immigration system, he said. Get this, more than 80% of the children crossing our borders are coming by themselves, without parents or guardians, often sent with a paid smuggler. We can only guess how many never make it to our border during that dangerous journey. The Trump administration's position is that sealing the border with an impenetrable wall is the most humane solution because it will discourage Central Americans to migrate through the length of Mexico to the U.S. Mexico's immigration laws are generally far stricter than those in the United States.